Hey, it's Bob Baker here, and I'm really excited to share something with you. I just released the audiobook version of my 15th book. It's called The Passion Principles, 101 Ways to Express Your Creativity and Share It with the World. Even though it's my 15th book, it's the first title that I've had available in all three formats. You can get it as a paperback, as an ebook, and now as an audiobook. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you a section from the audiobook so you can get a little sample, hopefully be inspired by what you hear here. And if you like what you hear here, look in the description below, and I will have some links to where you can purchase it on Amazon, on Audible, and the iBook store, and also a special link where you can get it directly from me, your favorite author. And I'll also throw in a PDF ebook version when you use that particular link. Again, those details are in the description below. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel where I dish out marketing and career advice for musicians and writers, visual artists, and creative entrepreneurs of all types. So hit the subscribe button and also click the little bell icon, which will send you alerts every time I upload a new video. How cool is that? All right, so check out this sample from The Passion Principles. Introduction. Welcome to a little book filled with a multitude of powerful ideas. If you're a musician, writer, visual artist, actor, designer, chef, performer, or any other type of creative entrepreneur, you'll find a feast of bite-sized principles throughout these pages. By design, this book does not go in depth with career strategies or business tactics. Its purpose is to provide you with a comprehensive collection of the best nuggets of wisdom for artists of all kinds. These are the philosophies and activities that the most successful creative people embrace. You do well to consider them and incorporate them into your own life. Section 1, which includes principles 1 through 48, covers best practices related to the creative process and the internal issues that most artists confront on a regular basis. Section 2, which includes principles 49 through 101, offers a wide range of ways to share, promote, and sell your creative output, as well as grow a fan base. Listen to this resource whenever you need inspiration or a fresh idea. Listen to it straight through or go randomly to any section. You're bound to find something that will spark a new concept or inspire an action you can take. You'll get the most out of this book if you read it like you're on a treasure hunt. There are many rich rewards to be found within this resource. You just have to consume these passion principles with an open mind and an eagerness to put them to good use. Much success on your creative journey. Section 1. Express your creativity. This section covers best practices related to the creative process and the internal issues most artists confront on a regular basis. Principle 1. Scratch that itch. Sometimes it's subtle, other times it's undeniable. It can feel like a whispering desire or a powerful gravitational pull. Regardless of what form it takes, it is your creative urge speaking to you. Don't downplay this impulse. Don't cast it off as frivolous. Take it seriously. It is the call of your soul craving to be expressed. Your job as an artist is to act on that impulse, to feed it and give it the attention it deserves. Denying your creative desires does a disservice to you and humanity. It stifles your ability to become an authentic expression of who you are. Listen to your instincts and scratch that itch. 2. Give yourself the only approval you need. So many artists seek validation. They think a college degree, a raving review, or high praise from a mentor will justify their creative aspirations. They want to be acknowledged, so they search in vain for an external green light that gives them permission to move forward. Here's the truth. The only validation you need is the approval that comes from within. Looking for self-worth outside yourself is a never-ending quest that leads to permanent frustration. So right now, this very minute, give yourself permission to be an artist. Look in the mirror, smile, and say, I am an artist. I am worthy. 3. Cultivate a sense of play. Take your creativity seriously, but do so with a sense of ease. Many artists, writers, musicians, and performers, especially early in their development, work themselves into a paralyzing frenzy when creating. For instance, do you ever stare at a blank canvas, page, or stage and feel frozen? Put too much pressure on yourself to create. Feel defeated before you even start. Relax. Creative expression should be fun, not stressful. Allow yourself the freedom to experiment without judgment. The fate of the world isn't resting on your ability to craft the perfect sentence, lyric, melody, or punchline. Life will go on if your first draft doesn't win a Pulitzer, a Grammy, or a Tony Award. Have fun. Be light. Cultivate a sense of play. Quote, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. End quote. Pablo Picasso. Principle 4. Confront your greatest obstacle. Some artists like to recite a long list of obstacles that keep them from success. They blame culprits such as unsupportive parents, partners, spouses, friends, teachers, etc. They also curse the dismal local art scene, the weak economy, the apathetic media, and how society doesn't value art, or music, or literature, or theater anymore. Yet, at the same time, other artists thrive in this very same environment. Yes, there are challenges along the creative path, and guess where you'll find the most destructive one? Inside your own head. Your greatest obstacle is self-imposed. The boogeyman isn't lurking out there. He resides within, where you have the power to control him. 5. Tell a better story. If you created the internal obstacles that hold you back, you also have the ability to change the narrative in your mind. What stories do you tell yourself about your role as an artist? And are those stories serving you or hindering you? Your attitude and actions are powered by your beliefs. And you develop your beliefs by thinking the same thought repeatedly, whether that thought is good or bad, productive or destructive. If the story in your head is an empowering one, keep telling it. But if that story is holding you back, dismiss it and tell a better story. And tell it repeatedly until it becomes your new belief about yourself and the world around you. 6. Compare yourself to the one person who matters. Artists are good at playing the comparison game. Do you ever wonder how your work stacks up against the competition? No matter how much praise you get, do you worry your craft isn't good enough? It's great to expose yourself to other artists' work. It's healthy to be inspired by their skills. But it's a bad idea to use other artists as a measuring stick by which to judge your own value and capabilities. There's only one person whose quality of work really matters, and that person is you. Is what you created today satisfying or an improvement on what you created yesterday? If you can answer yes most of the time, you're doing great. Quote, don't waste time chasing after success or comparing yourself to others. Every flower blooms at a different pace. Excel at doing what your passion is and only focus on perfecting it. End quote. Susie Kasem. Principle 7. Embrace the F word. No matter how much you pump yourself up with confidence, a pesky little monster will still creep up on you. You know this destructive creature by name. It's the most vulgar word to an artist. It's the thing that consistently stops creative expression in its tracks. We're talking, of course, about fear. Artists have the mistaken belief they must banish fear to succeed, that they must become fearless to make progress. Nothing could be further from the truth. Instead, the most successful artists learn to accept and even embrace fear. They acknowledge it and move forward despite its presence in their minds. Learn to do the same. 8. Make uncertainty your friend. Along with fear, there's another culprit you must become aware of and embrace. This one goes by many names, but it's best described as uncertainty. You know this rascal has you by the throat when you find yourself saying things like, "But I've never done that before," or, "But I have no idea how to do that." You know you're a victim when you find yourself paralyzed because you don't know how something will turn out. Guess what? That's part of being human. No one knows how anything will turn out until they actually do it. There are no guarantees. You can let that fact scare you or thrill you. The choice is yours. 9. Turn your inner critic into a cartoon. We all have that voice in our head. It's the inner critic. It speaks to us when fear and uncertainty rise up and make themselves known. Many artists take that voice seriously, so much so that they give it a megaphone and turn up the volume, which leads to inaction and stagnation. Here's the best remedy. Give your inner critic a ridiculous cartoon voice. Turn it into a silly character. Give it a zany name. Imagine those negative thoughts being delivered by a unicorn named Butch, a 3-year-old child, or a talking whoopee cushion. Make it so that you can't possibly take that voice and its message seriously. Quote, "Do not fear mistakes. There are none." End quote. Miles Davis. Free gifts for you. As a special thank you for purchasing this book, I want to give you free access to my course, 30 Ways to Become an Empowered Artist. You'll get more than 3 hours of online video training that will help you become a more confident and prosperous artist. I'll also send you a free sample of my book, The DIY Career Manifesto. Just head to promoteyourcreativity.com to claim these free gifts now. That's promoteyourcreativity.com. So I hope you enjoyed that sample from the audiobook. And as you can tell, the book is filled with short, bite-sized nuggets. This was designed not to be a book that goes in depth with business strategy. It's supposed to be little nuggets of ideas that will inspire you, that'll give you food for thought, and most importantly, will maybe motivate you to act on the idea. Each one can literally be read or listened to in less than a minute. So when you're short on time, but you could use a little voice whispering in your ear, letting you know that you're on the right track, that you're doing awesome work, and sharing ideas that you can put to use to create more, create better, to share your work and connect with fans. That's why I'm here. It's what I've dedicated my life to, is educating, inspiring, and empowering creative people just like you all around the world. So if you want to get the whole enchilada, check out the links in the description below. I would love for you to own a copy of the whole thing in whatever format suits you, the paperback, the ebook, or the audiobook. Again, subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Click the like button, leave a comment. I would love to know your thoughts, and share this video with someone who could really stand to hear it. Did you get something out of it? Well, somebody else might too, so share it with someone you care about. Thanks again for watching and listening. I'm Bob Baker, saying so long for now. And also throw in the PDF. So I'd love to stay in touch and sharing ideas how you can share and create be that little voice in your ear sharing ideas. All right, so check out this. There's a car going by. I gotta wait a moment. That's what happens when you record on your front porch.